So another YouTuber is likely about to be terminated. And here's why. YouTube has been making terrible updates, including demonetizing creators and false banning creators. Yet another one's about to fall. However, this is not just a cautionary tale. This is something that could happen to you at any time, whether a full-time creator or just someone with an account. Yes, I do have my shirt off, you can see. Don't go crazy over it. Anyways, let's get into this.
I'm now one strike away from losing this entire channel, and it could literally happen at any point. Pretty much a lot of you would have noticed I've been gone from YouTube for 2 weeks now, and it wasn't because I took a 2-week break, right? I have had enough breaks on YouTube. Considering recently you guys would know I got a community guideline strike on YouTube, which meant I was banned for 1 week, couldn't post, couldn't make any community tabs, or even let you guys know that I was gone. Well, 2 weeks ago now, the exact same thing happened again. I posted a video called Roblox Roleplay Has Gone Too Far. In that video, which I can't show you guys obviously because it's been taken down, YouTube gave me a community guideline strike again for the second time because apparently I violated their community guidelines. Obviously, I appealed this community guideline strike because this is the second community guideline strike on my channel, meaning that if I get one more community guideline strike, this entire Glider Guide channel as you know it will be terminated permanently, which means every single video to go along with it gets taken down, and I can't make any more YouTube channels and I'm literally gone from YouTube forever. Well, after I appealed, it got completely denied. I then went to YouTube, I then tried to get in contact with the higher ups, and they did not help me at all and basically told me we stand by our decision. So yeah, as of recording this, I just got unbanned off of YouTube. I'm now back. However, if I get one more community guideline strike between now and April 22nd, this entire Glider Guide channel will be taken down, along with every video I've made for the last 8 years. And since I keep getting false community guideline strikes, meaning that YouTube just for some reason have their AI robots give me strikes out of nowhere, I seriously don't feel safe posting on this channel at the moment. I could post a video and wake up tomorrow without a YouTube channel. So look, you might be wondering, why am I making this video? Well, this is the thing. If this goes down, years of content will disappear. So what I'm doing for the next 3 months on this Glider Guide channel is that all of my future videos are going on Spotify, and only some of the videos that I make are going to go on YouTube, meaning literally the ones that are the most safe, because otherwise this YouTube channel will get terminated. If you click the top link in the description, you will find my Spotify page, which I've been promoting for ages now, but now more than ever, it is so important that you guys go and follow it, because you could literally wake up tomorrow and the Glider Guide channel will be deleted. Make sure you go follow my Spotify in the description down below, because if my channel gets deleted tomorrow, I don't want you wondering where I went.
Of course, sadly, this is what happens on the internet. Bad actors will report your channel for nothing, and other things could happen, like YouTube's automated systems actually false banning you, which quite sucks. Apparently, other creators, not just him, are dealing with the same thing, like a lot of people, and it's quite crazy to say the least. I mean, just look at this right here.
Recently, as in the past week or so, early November of 2025, if you go off of a general social media impression at least, there's been some sort of mass ban wave on YouTube. Not everyone has a feed similar to mine, so it may not have been front and center for them, but with an apparent tidal wave of mistaken bans taking place, a whole lot of people began complaining about YouTube moderation.
If you do YouTube at all, this might be one of the most important episodes that you listen to all year. YouTube is currently conducting one of the largest scale demonetization enforcement initiatives that I've ever seen. Channel earning $30,000 a month in YouTube ad revenue, totally demonetized. Another one that was earning $7,000, demonetized. We actually got some insider information from YouTube, how to protect yourself. A big theme of this is AI, but all channels need to be aware of this information.
Just to get this out in the open right off the bat, I'm not about to claim that YouTube isn't making mistakes. They make mistakes constantly. But if you take a few minutes and dig into what's actually happening on the platform, the picture rapidly changes, and I think it's worth accurately discussing when the bulk of the outrage that I see is just complete and utter bullshit. I do think there's a multitude of problems, by the way. As an example, here's an unlisted advertisement campaign that they decisively allow, Google being they in this case, which has been served 8.7 million times for some sort of AI companion application, which explicitly advertises that you can take non-consensual photographs and have the AI look like a coworker or an ex-girlfriend while sending explicit messages and photos to you. I'm not stepping up to the plate going to bat for YouTube in a general sense here. I'm stepping up to talk about why this latest mass ban wave is being misrepresented and co-opted by a particular group of people. Let's start with this. YouTube, ironically, is actually one of the more transparent big tech companies when it comes to data. That is, if you know where to look. There's tools like the Ad Transparency Network, where you can search the history of everything they advertise on the website and filter it by company. There's a comprehensive dashboard to see your watch history, search history, location data, devices, and much more importantly, there's a community guidelines enforcement report that they publish every single quarter. If you listen to this new circulating social media narrative, YouTube is now executing larger than ever mass ban waves because they've given over control of content moderation to an AI system. Some people say Gemini as that AI agent. And that system is now indiscriminately targeting
some of the things that are happening. So YouTube has deleted actually millions of channels. Yeah. The big headline there people have heard about, AI slop channels, super low effort, super generic. Okay, but what we're talking about is there's some of the people in our community that have humans behind the channel, sometimes editors, that are really crafting their content, yet still they were demonetized. And these stats are kind of staggering though, because there was, as far as channels being deleted, over 4.7 billion lifetime views were just erased off the platform. 35 million subscribers were affected. And an estimated lost annual revenue across the channels was $10 million.
Nuts.
And so I think actually
let's take a look at the actual numbers. From April to June 2025, YouTube terminated just over 2.1 million channels, 76% of them for spam, deceptive practices, and scams. From January to March, also 2025, they terminated almost 2.9 million channels. But if you then go back a year, 2024, same time period instead of 2025, YouTube terminated in that same time frame well over 15 million channels. That is an incredibly high number, almost incomprehensible, pointedly demonstrating that there is not an increase in the number of bans over time. There's a notable decrease in the recent time frame. And the stone cold truth here is that YouTube is now so big that they are flatly required to use automated solutions. The platform is now so large and the number of channels being created every day with videos being uploaded every second, day in and day out, is so high that there is no other choice, okay? They must rely on automation. It is simply impossible for human beings to be the deciding factor behind content control at all of the different stages for all of the channels. And as a result, they've been using automated filters for like 10 years already. Just to be clear, I'm not saying that's a good thing. Ideally, there should be human involvement somewhere in the chain. I'm just saying it's reality. The idea that YouTube only just recently handed over total control of their content moderation to an AI model, and that AI model went haywire and started mass banning all of these innocent people, which is the exact claim that people are making right now, is kind of ridiculous. And believe me, I am one of the very first people to blame AI systems for making the world worse. So when I say that YouTube isn't unleashing some sort of new destructive AI control measure, it would be an incredible video if they were, I genuinely do mean it. However, the real story of what happened here is a lot more fascinating.
One of the people that are part of our accelerator program have a Bible channel where they're telling Bible stories, breaking down, I mean, I would say quality content. Like these are good stories, good information, you know, well-structured, well thought out. They were earning $30,000 a month from YouTube ad revenue. They had 500,000 subscribers, and they get an email from YouTube that just says, hey, you're demonetized. Now, we're going to hit that towards the end of the episode. They said, this is what you could do to basically get back into our good graces. And there's a process that you can go through, but talk about a blow. I mean, there's people listening, they're like, I just want to get monetized, but also imagine you're earning 30 grand a month and it just goes to zero. Now, they had a couple other income streams, which we'll also talk about that later, but that's wild.
When this was 30K from YouTube.
Yes.
Like just that, like what, not taking into consideration other income streams.
Right.
Just YouTube.
Of just YouTube ad revenue.
Okay. Let's go back to the root cause, because over the past week or so, I've now seen potentially hundreds of different creators complaining about the fact that they were wrongfully terminated, latching on to this sort of media hype cycle that's happening, and using it as a mechanism to try and overturn their individual suspensions. Don't just take my word for it, by the way. If you want to see a real-time feed, you can go to Twitter and search "looking into this." We'll let you know as soon as we find out more, which is a never-ending fire hose of replies directly from YouTube in response to people asking about their individual terminations. Tracing it all the way back to the origin, however, leads to an account called Enderman, I believe. Actually, 3 accounts. Enderman, Scratch, and Tarkin, who were all 3 suspended without warning because they were, quote, linked to another channel that was removed for having 3 copyright strikes, end quote. But the super interesting thing is that all 3 of them were connected, supposedly, to the same channel. Obviously, all 3 of them have had the situation remedied now. It seems like a genuine mistake that got made and now rectified.
YouTube is using AI systems to scan channels, and that could lead to the channel being deleted, or in some cases left up but demonetized. And then humans are getting involved because the email that we saw is from a YouTube team member.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's then actually giving specific feedback to that individual creator. And when you zoom out a little bit, again, $10 million in lost annual revenue. Yeah. And one of the myths out there is, well, YouTube is just shutting off monetization for the creator, but still running ads
for their own gain,
themselves. But that's actually a myth. When they're demonetizing the channel, they're not running ads on it anymore. Why? Well, one of the things is they're kind of redefining what is quality content. And we want to sell inventory for advertisers to put their ads on. And so we're actually taking the hit. Like, we don't want them to put ads on this type of content. Now, to go a little bit deeper, the YouTube CEO has publicly acknowledged this, and the big points are the rise of low quality repetitive content.
Yeah.
Low quality repetitive. AI slop is the term. And they have systems to fight basically spam and clickbait. Now, You know, if you're on the YouTube version too, I'm curious your take, and let us know in the comments if you've heard this, if you know someone who's gotten their channel deleted or demonetized. Why this hits so close to home is both of the channels in our community.
Warning, if you're seeing this from anywhere else, make sure to check out wolfen_wolfclaw on YouTube. Use the app mentioned. It helps out a ton. Make sure to subscribe. Anyways, let's continue.
Some of you might have seen a little bit from this, but there are tons and tons of channels on the platform being banned left and right. Very loosey-goosey here, and it seems to be AI moderation tools that YouTube uses going rogue. The ghost in the machine here. I just got made aware of this, and it seems like one of the first people to experience this, Patient Zero, was a YouTuber named Enderman, who is a tech channel.
The reason being, my secondary channel has been terminated off of YouTube, as you can see. And obviously, I can't do nothing about this. We're going to submit the appeal together and see how far it gets us now. The reason for this happening is AI. It wrongfully concluded my channel was associated with a channel that was terminated for 3 copyright strikes.
If we look at what Enderman has provided here, the reason for the termination here is this linked channel, which is a Japanese channel that is in no way actually associated with Enderman at all. It feels like it's a big old boo-boo here from the AI moderation tools, and he is not the only channel that experienced this. There were a few other notable examples of channels also being linked to this Japanese channel falsely, and thus having their channel terminated as a result. It's anyone's guess why. Maybe that Japanese channel is like a yawn that's just contagious, and now it's spreading across YouTube, where for some reason on the back end, the AI has had a fucking conniption here and is associating like tons of channels on YouTube with that account and then just immediately banishing them to the Shadow Realm, which in and of itself is a huge problem, because why is there no human being coming to review a channel termination? Why would AI have that ability? Why would it be given that much unrestricted power and authority where it could not only flag these channels for being linked to this channel, but then also ban them for it without a human being ever stepping in? That's very concerning, because there is clearly a lot of wiggle room for errors with AI moderation. And it's not just with this linked channel epidemic here. We're going to get into a couple other examples, and of course we've already seen some in the past with it just kind of freaking out.
Now, obviously, if you're getting banned on YouTube, as I said before, it could be for some dumb reason like AI or false reports. But, yeah, this is a bad thing, right? So if you have like thousands of channels all getting banned at once, that's not much of a coincidence or an isolated event. That's like the equivalent of taking down the whole US. You can't ignore it. It happened. It's like taking down Israel. When you have enough people affected, you can't ignore it. And that's basically what this is. It's something you can't easily ignore. Now, obviously, I'm fine. I don't get my channel banned. And that's because I'm relatively small. I don't got enough trolls to mass support me. And the AI is not smart enough to outsmart me, because I outsmart it already 10-1. And let's be honest, I'm smart enough to know that only care about myself now, but at the same time still feel sympathy for those who never deserved a channel ban. Now, there is many instances where some of these people actually do break some rules, and some of them can be revisited, but when it comes down to those who are purely innocent, who did absolutely nothing and was wrongfully linked to another account, well, basically that right there is more than enough to say that's not okay. But in the end, here we are. Channels get banned. The internet has gone wry. And naturally, I'm sitting here making this video for you guys. Because, let's be honest, do you want someone quiet and someone honest, or someone loud and someone angry? You want someone quiet yet honest, someone who can speak when needed. And I am your man. Anyways, if you end up liking this video, subscribing can help. Check down below in the description. Also, leave a comment what you think about my opinions. Anyways,